So first question.
Yes.
Should I make it hard? Okay,
Yes.
First question. Maybe you could just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
My name is Annalisa, and I came to Hong Kong around 15 years ago doing volunteer work amongst the local community, which is where I learned my Cantonese. Okay, so that's Gong Gong Dong Hua. I can't read and write, but I do speak quite fluently in a very freak out people way. It's very local. It's a very local local sound. So at the end of about 8 years of doing that sort of work and living amongst some of the really amazing people here in Hong Kong and watching lives being changed, I just had a just really growing desire to see kind of, well, what happens next for people who've decided, I'm going to stop doing that, I'm going to do something new, but there wasn't really anything beyond that. And so I kind of played around with sheltered workshop ideas or some sort of way to support them, and I thought, actually, just let's go kick some business butt. Let's do a business, make a brand that could stand alone sell itself, even if people didn't know the backstory, even if people didn't realize who it was that was being helped or was benefiting from it. I wanted to try and see if it was possible to do a brand that was eco-conscious, that was sustainable, that was socially ethical, but it was also very locally based and sort of celebrating this is where we are, we're making it here, we're selling it here.
Excellent. Okay.
That's me.
Could you tell us just a little bit more? Now you have, and I visited your facility here in Hong Kong.
Yes.
She has a beautiful location where she has Hong Kong seamstresses that make the incredible pieces of art, I would call them. And so could you tell us a little bit more about that and the actual products that you guys develop?
Yeah. So we started very grassroots style, a couple of sewing machines in the back corner of a studio space that was shared with the people I'd known before. And we just started to make small little things, little wallets, little book covers. And as it grew, as people were beginning to be interested, we stumbled upon the fact that there were lots of rice bags around that you could sew, that you could recycle, and in an artsy way kind of piece it together and kind of enjoy the Cantonese words, the Chinese, the pictures and things. And so we really do treat that more as a feature of the product rather than the base of the product. So we do still use canvas and other materials that the large industry, the fashion industry, there's a huge amount of ever-changing fabrics and materials that are just streaming through Hong Kong, streaming through the hawkers and the grannies and the little shops down in Samsui Po, and that's kind of the stream that we fish from. And then, we pieced them together, and one thing leads to the next, We did wallets. Someone wanted one that would fit their passport. That became our passport wallet. Someone wanted a larger passport wallet because they travel with their children, and they wanted to have 5 passports in one, so we made our family passport wallet. That led to the iPad wallet because someone said, this is awesome, and I want my iPad to fit into this. It's just practical. We're really glad and proud of what we do. Is extremely well made, and it's high quality, which does affect the price point. But we stand by that price point because we think it's worth it.
That's good. That's amazing. Could you tell us a little bit, maybe what some of your bigger challenges have been to your business as you've gone forward?
Challenges in Hong Kong, often it is to do with price points of things. Joining fairs and markets, trying to get your product out there, sometimes requires 5 months in advance. You're meant to already pay totally for your table at the Conrad Fair, which is more than my rent each month, and you're having to commit very far in advance to things. That in the early days was very difficult, but we were graciously helped along by people who understood our position and were able to say, okay, we trust you that you are going to show up, but you can pay closer to the day, and that definitely helped. Right now, our biggest challenge, because our pieces are really one-off, and Chinese you say, each one is its own thing, and so I do have a website, I do have a platform for selling, but the biggest stump has been, how do I take a photo of every single thing? Because people want to see what it is that's going to arrive in the mail, or they want to see the actual thing that's going to be sent to their niece or to their auntie or whoever. And so that's been one of our dilemmas, is how do you actually sort of work it in a way that allows it to maintain its individuality, but also be a little bit more marketable for that next sort of level of the market, which does seem to need to be a little bit more en masse, but we're kind of wanting to strive to maintain our individuality as well. So that's one of the struggles right now.
Okay.
And not wanting us to change too much of that, because I have been approached by other people who sort of wanted us to like bring the prices right down to benefit them, and then leave us really scrambling to try to produce, you know, containerfuls of product for England or something. It just was like, that's not what we're doing. So my main thing was really appreciating that you're, as PhatRice, is really celebrating the local and celebrating the sort of the hidden treasure, the hidden finds in the market that I do think a lot of people are looking for. They want to have that experience of, I found something that not everyone knows about. And just, of course, tapping into the large resource of people that are brought together for that in terms of IT skill and the marketing level, which is something I'd never really be able to put some...
You're not an IT person?
No. No, and just really being able to tap into sort of, you know, the big whale that's like swimming by, and we're a little fish that's going to benefit from the streamline of that.
Okay.